Hi, I'm Deborah Laird, author of Clara and the Messy Mouse Kingdom. I tease that this story got its origins from my daughter, a messy room, and a mouse infestation that we had years ago when she was little. But those of you that know me know the truth. I am Clara. I am often overwhelmed by my own creativity, and when it comes to organization, well, that's near impossible. But I have found that big things can happen when I am obedient in the small things. It's kind of like Peter when Jesus asked him to throw his net on the other side of the boat, right? After he'd been fishing all night and caught nothing. He must have been absolutely exhausted. And I feel that story so deep in my soul. Maybe you are one of God's blessed overachievers who multitasks and is organized, but I am not. I am totally one of his bumblers, right? It's a good thing my mom named me Deborah, which means the bumblebee, because that's what I do best. I bumble. I am the one that throws that net out again and again, day and night, sometimes into the wee hours of the morning, only to come up empty. Some days I can't even write a simple email. My keys I can't find because they're in the refrigerator, and my glasses. Gosh, I don't even think I want to think about or talk about how bad that goes. And while others might see a spark of my creativity or a fleeting moment of functionality, they don't see the empty nets. They don't see the long nights of failing, the hours spent on the wrong thing, or the tears that are shed over lesson plans, speech drafts, and stories that just don't land. I am sure that sometimes people see me paddling to shore like Peter, and they think that I was lazy or distracted or out for a joyride. I think sometimes people might pity me, or they just get annoyed. Or maybe they even see a cute little cover of a book and think it came easy. But the truth is, I live in those empty net moments, and still God meets me there. He whispers, "Deb, do you care more about what they think or about what I think? Do you care more about the functionality that you think you should be performing at, or about who I say you are and what I've created you to do?" And then he asks me, will you be obedient even when you're tired and even when you've given it everything and failed again and you can't even see how to go forward? Will you be obedient and throw out your net again? And that's when I remember one of my favorite scriptures. After having done all to stand therefore. It's there in Ephesians 6 when God talks about the armor of God. And it's right before that. It's like God is saying, I know you did everything you could in your own power and your own ability, and you are barely hanging on and you're standing on your last limb. But I'm asking you to put on my armor and go and do battle. And maybe some of you feel that way. Like, I've done everything and I've given everything. And yet God is asking me to go headlong into this battle, right? It is just like this story between Jesus and Peter in Luke 5. Jesus doesn't scold Peter for failing. He simply says, throw the net again. And Peter does, not because it makes sense. He was a pro fisherman. He would know when he was done for, right? And it's not because of his own strength, because Peter knew that his strength and his might and his smarts hadn't gotten it done. It was because somehow he trusted Jesus and he threw it out in obedience again. And that is where Jesus met him, not in Peter's strength, but in Peter's surrender. So I'm here this week, casting my net one more time, tired but obedient. I don't have time or money for a big book release party. My house is a disaster. So let's be honest, I wouldn't be inviting anybody over anyway. but I am inviting you to celebrate this book with me in the most fitting way to this story. Each day for a week, starting Friday when I launch the book till next Friday, I'll be tackling one chore. And as I do it, I will be asking God to change my heart, to praise Him that He is going to meet me in the mundane. And when I throw my net on the other side, throwing it out one more time, that He is going to meet me like those nets to overflowing. And I pray you will do the same thing. And I'm inviting you to join me. Post a photo of your before and after. And if your before is a little too embarrassing, just your after. And tag it with ClaraCleanupChallenge. And then let's celebrate each other and the goodness of God in these small acts of obedience, in every net thrown one more time this week, and in every small little victory. If you would like to help me, share this post, spread the word about my book, and tell a mom or a teacher that you know that might need it. Because the truth is, when it comes to our little mess makers, we need every tool we can get. And may the God of second chances and last-minute miracles set your eyes on Him, not on what others expect of you, free you from the weight of productivity and perfection, and may He meet you in the mess with love and provision. Thank you for your time, and God bless.